Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Yehleali. In this incarnation, I wanted to comment that Mercury in Sagittarius is not stationary anymore until December 19th. It is going to continue going through the same mathematical degrees that it already went through in the retrogradation. So this means, the revelation of processes that we experimented before, more clarifications, and from December 29th and on, it starts to go through new mathematical degrees. So we start to incorporate new processes. But Mars is still retrograde, so the decisions are going to depend on each situation. Well, the moon continues to be in Leo. The other day I commented how it was going to do certain contacts at the beginning. The moon in Leo, it is very associated with the creations, the will of investing our energy in things that that we feel passionate about, to share those things with other people. And also with these contacts, maybe certain things could cause discomfort because of the conjunction with Mars and the opposition with Pluto in Aquarius. This could be linked also with self-love, if we are cultivating it, if we are, assuming the power in relation with what is happening internally and externally. If we are assuming our shadow, because this is Pluto. And of course, this involves an acceptance of what we are in the present moment. With acceptance, I am talking about the integration of what many times we could reject. And when this is very unconscious, we are going to judge it on the external things. Every time that something bothers us, causes anger, it is precisely what we are resisting to integrate. And I wanted to share another perspective. I shared another examples in previous videos, but in this hypothetical case, let's suppose that there is a person that has this excessive control, that is assuming burdens of other people, and that could have even a self-concept of a responsible person. Well, it is very probable that those kind of people could attract other ones that are excessively careless, people that aren't even assuming the responsibility for their experiences. So the imbalances, of course, are the responsibility of the other, but that situation, hypothetical situation, could be showing the signal that the person needs to let go of that will of controlling everything, the worries, because when someone is trying to embrace so much and and manipulating everything, the energy, it is going to be dispersed, and the person ends up not being able to attend what is really important for his or her soul, which in a certain level it is not assuming certain responsibilities too. So from that space in which we are recognizing what it is, we can assume decisions in relation to what is happening with ourselves and with the external. And this has no end, because everything that we are recognizing and integrating leads us to new spirals in which we deal with the same patterns in a more subtle way, but also less less uncomfortable. But we have to deal with the process without wanting to run or escape to anywhere, letting go of the guilt, the shame, because these two are also a signal of the judgment that we are doing with ourselves, and that generates the will of not wanting to see, therefore continuing to project what we are denying. So I think this process also enables forgiveness. That truly, I said this many times before, it is a liberation for the one that is really giving, or giving to himself or herself, this forgiveness. But I also noticed that people, especially that has truly rooted religious beliefs or distorted perceptions of spirituality, many times they could force themselves to forgive, uh, to feed themselves in a concept of good person. And they are trying to force themselves to do that without giving place to their emotions or to the sense of the experiences of why they are experimenting what they are experimenting. So this ends up in a repression of the emotions that they are going to emerge somehow in a symptom in the physical body, or even projected in similar situations again and again. So it is also important to remember that forgiveness, it is not a lack of healthy boundaries. And I am talking about this because this is very connected with Neptune in Pisces. And today we had the perfection of the square between the Sun in Sagittarius and Neptune. So every disappointment, disillusionment, or expectation that is not like accomplished in some level, it is a necessary passage to work on perhaps limited beliefs, our own perception of abundance. Abundance, the perception of abundance, it is not something that that depends on what we have. It is an inner state. The other day, I shared the example of this man that went through the desert, and he had to invoke through with his mind and through his imagination. Imagination is something very linked with Neptune. The abundance, because the probabilities to survive were very, very little, very few. So this doesn't mean that we have to live like in a dreamy state all day. Imagination, I mean, it is important also to pay attention to the intentions with which we are imagining sorry, that we are creating these realities in our imagination, because I also noticed that the ego can interfere in this too. But imagination in the end is the channel through we can materialize those realities, and of course we have to do something. So abundance is actually that of feeling sustained even in our personal deserts, allowing our emotions to be, to circulate, but reconnecting with the faith and the certainty in the purpose of the experiences. I think that is abundance. So Neptune is also linked with listening to our intuition and knowing that there are dreams from the heart that are possible. But we have to be willing to fall and to rise many times in the path, and to let go of what has no soul, to give a space to what does every time that we need to do so. So I just wanted to leave this reflection today. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.